what is found? We can see over there that the high development of economy is there. The living standard of the people is good. Even they have good techniques, modernization, and you will find everything in a organized or in an organized manner. Correct?
Yes, sir.
When we talk about underdeveloped economy, what is that? It refers to an economy in which per capita income is low as compared to developed economy or advanced countries.
Yes.
Now, when we are talking about developed economy, over there we'll find high per capita income. And I told you earlier that how do we take out per capita income? It is like the total population upon total income upon total population. This is how we find, yes, this is how we find per capita income. But over here, when we are talking about underdeveloped economy, we know that it is developing, but it is not as developed as developed economy. Okay. So we can take one example, like if we compare India with the United States of America. So we can say that United States of America is a developed economy country. Okay. Whereas India is underdeveloped. Okay. Like we can take the currency as an example. For India, it is like $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Correct? So
Yes,
we
sir.
can see there's a vast difference between the economy when we talk about the currency. Okay. Over
Yes.
there, you'll find people are living in very good standard of living. Whereas over here in India, you can see that the standard of living of people is low. Okay. Let's talk about developing economy. Now, it refers to an economy in which population is poor in health, low level of literacy, and people are taking poor diet. Now, they have given three things. Like, first of all is population, which is very poor. People are taking very poor diet, and we can find a lot of illiteracy. Okay. Like people are not so much of literate that they can go and earn amount outside. Okay, they don't have good opportunities, job opportunities. And secondly, people are starving over here. They are backward in their techniques and modernization, and things over here are not so organized. Do you understand me?
No, sir.
So when we talk about developed economy, we are telling that the standard of the living of the people is very good over there, whereas their per capita income is very high. Secondly, they have a good standard of living, and the techniques and modernization is also very good. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me give you one example. Just a minute. Now, can you look at this house or villa? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, over here, we can take this villa as an example of a developed economy country, like United States or United Kingdom. Okay, Britain.
Yes, sir.
Or you can take this as an example for UAE also, like United Arab Emirates. Over there, first of all, you'll find these sort of villas. Tree is very rich. They have their good economy. Secondly, standard of living of the people is very high. Okay, they can afford such villas. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
And in this villa, you can see that it has a swimming pool, and the kitchen is going to be a modular one. Okay. When they wash their clothes, they have a good machine over there, which is fully automatic. Just they need to push one button and everything is in their hand. Okay. Things are very organized. Okay. So this sort of villa or this sort of luxury we will find in developed economy. Okay, where things are very much organized, they have good modern techniques, they are very much forward, and they have some scientific techniques as well as approaches. Okay. Now, Is this house visible to you?
Yes, sir.
So we can take this house as an example for underdeveloped. Okay, like the nation or a country which is developing. It's not like in an developing economy, but it is some way or the other. It's giving or it's taking a lot of things in a forward way. They are moving towards developing countries or developed countries. Okay, and most important thing is this, that their per capita income is little, or we can say their per capita income is low as compared to developed economy.
Development.
Okay, yes, developed countries. The problem over here in underdeveloped economy is that they have to face this thing that majority of the people are poor over here. Okay,
Yes, sir.
the population is very high. Thirdly, unemployment is there because people are not that literate. Okay, and they are depending on small scale and large scale both. In developed economy, they are having large scale industries, but in underdeveloped economy they have both the industries. Large scale industries are few, but small scale industries, they have lot of small scale industries. Okay, so we can compare this house, or we can take this house as an example for underdeveloped economy. Okay, now is this house visible, this blue one?
Sir, this is yellow.
Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can take this house as an example for developing economy. What is a developing economy? It refers to an economy in which population is poor in health, low level of literacy, that means illiteracy is prevailing over there, and people have poor diet. Okay, because they're not earning handsome amount, they cannot afford good luxury, they cannot afford good diet, and majority of the people, they are very poor. Okay, one more thing, the population over here is overcrowded. Now we can take, yes beta,
So this house is called undevelopment.
the house is not called undevelopment, but I'm just giving you an example by showing these houses, by showing these sort of houses. I'm just telling you that for the developed economy we have that villa. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and for the underdeveloped economy we have that yellow house, and for developing economy, like people are very poor over here, they cannot afford good
That's blue
food, their standard of living is very bad. Okay, so I'm just showing you so that you can have a concept, you can comprehend it, that what am I trying to tell you. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
now in developing economy the population is also very overcrowded. Countries, and we can take examples like Bangladesh or Nepal, which are developing economy, which are going to be developed. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let's talk about one more example, that is, have you ever gone through that thing, have you ever taken a train?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's talk about train. When we travel in AC coach, okay, oh, people are not you will find that coach not crowded at all. Okay, people who are coming over there, they come from a good standard of living, they have a very good standard of living, people are very sophisticated, they come to their place and they sit down, they don't bother to each other. Okay, they have the good diet over there. Like if you travel by Shatabdi, okay, they provide you with meals also, isn't that? So in these sort of coaches you'll find people who are financially strong. Okay, they have good standard of living, they are rich. Secondly, they have lot of things at home which are like modern. Okay, in technique, and their resources, they utilize their resources very in a proper manner. Okay, so we can say that AC coach people who are there in AC coach, they have a good standard of living. They can afford luxuries. Correct. So we are comparing AC coach with developed economy. Okay. Now let's talk about sleeper. Okay, in sleeper coach, what do we see? People are overcrowded. It's sorry, not people. The coach is overcrowded. Okay, people do bother to each other that I'm going to keep my stuff over there. Okay, it's my place, and they fight for petty issues. Okay, and you can see that the people who are coming in sleeper class, they have the little low standard of living. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct. Now let's
Yes,
talk
sir.
about general coach. In general coach, you'll find people are overcrowded. Those who cannot afford tickets, they are sitting over there taking a just they take that general ticket and they sit over there. They don't even have a seat. Sometimes you can see that people are standing at door. Okay, they don't have seat to sit, and you can see while watching, you can just take out that they are like they have that thing. The standard of living is very poor. Okay, they cannot afford luxuries, or they cannot afford good diet also. People are very lean. Okay, people are very thin. So this is how we are comparing developed, underdeveloped, and developing economy. Do you understand me? Developed one is very high. They have good financial status. They have good standard of living, and they can afford luxuries. Like this is how we compare nations also. Like United States, United Kingdom, they have good financial status. They have good standard of living. They even control population. The birth rate is very low. Even the death rate is very low. They are trying to control population. People who are living over there, they are getting full resources, every sort of resources like natural and all sort of resources are utilized in a proper manner. Okay, but in underdeveloped, we are talking about those which are struggling. Okay, and developing, they are the C grade one. Like A is developed, B grade is underdeveloped, and C grade is developing. Okay, it needs to be developed. Okay, so let's talk about the difference between all these three so that you may comprehend it in a proper manner. And I'm gonna broadcast the screen. Just give me 3 seconds. Okay, then we'll start with the difference. Difference in their basic terms. Okay. Now, is the screen visible to you? Vivek, is the screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk about the first parameter, that is ownership of factors of production. Okay, over here in developed economy, they have high per capita income. And how is this possible? Because they are controlling their population. Like in their houses, they have maximum 4 members or 5 members, like 2 elders and 3 children. Okay, and both of them, the 2 elders, they are earning. So their total income upon total number of people or number of members. So this is how we take out the per capita income. And in developed economies or developed countries, their income is also very good. Okay, they earn handsome money. They have good salaries, and they are so much developed that their currency is also their currency have a very good rate. Okay, like if we compare India with United States, like $1 is equal to 68 or 78 rupees. Correct? So their per capita income is also very good, just because they control their population and they have a good income. Okay. Underdeveloped economy. Now, in underdeveloped economy, they have low per capita income. Like over here, we have 3 to 4 people working. Like when we talk about a joint family, okay, we have paternal uncles over here. There are two paternal uncles and one, like let's say one is the main person over there. Like there is a joint family. Okay, let's take an example for me. Like I have a joint family. Okay, my father is there. Okay, and he has two elder brothers. So we, in all, we are a joint family. There are three members, three male who are earning. Okay, and there are three females who are earning, but still we have children. Now, if we take in all that 4 to 6 people are earning, but there are 20 members of a joint family. So over here, if you take out the per capita income, it's going to be low as compared to developed economy, because over there they have few members, and over here we have lot of members, like in population also. Okay, so if we compare underdeveloped with developed, so we have a low per capita income. Okay, and let's talk about developing economy. Over there we have very low per capita income because people are not so literate. Okay, they have few job opportunities. Okay, because they are not so literate, so they'll earn, their earning is also going to be hampered. Their earning is going to be not so good enough as compared to underdeveloped economy and developed economy. You know it very well, no? The person who is not so literate, the person who is not so good in qualification, he is not going to earn a good handsome amount, correct? So we have very low per capita income. Vivek, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk about poverty. Second point. This is also very essential point because it's going to matter in different ways in all these different economies. Like in developed economy, you will find very few people. Majority of the people are rich. Okay, majority of the population is rich. Why? Because everyone is literate. Okay, and they are trying to give good education to their children. They have good education system, institutes. Everything is very well organized in developed economy. So most of the people are rich. Okay, there are few who are like struggling over there, but they're numbered. Okay, they are very few, but still they have a good earning. Okay, do you understand me?
No, sir.
What's the problem over here?
Poverty नहीं आया था मैं, poverty.
You're not able to understand poverty. Okay, poverty means like people who are very poor. Okay, over here we are just checking the parameter of poverty, that in all these three economy where poverty is lying. Okay, in developed economy there is no poverty because most of the people, or majority of the population is rich. Why? Because they have developed economy. Why? Because they have good per capita income. Their standard of living is very good. They have good modernization techniques, scientific techniques, and they are not backward at all. So majority of the population is rich. They are literate people. They go to offices, they go do their business in a very proper organized manner. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about underdeveloped. Now over here we can see that majority of the people are poor, few are rich. Like let's take India as an example. Like over here you can find there are a lot of people who are in middle class. Okay, but few of them are in high class people. Okay, high class people who are earning money in crores, you can say. And middle class people. Yeah, you can say like that. Okay, so most of the people are poor, but few are rich. As now let's compare developing economy. This economy is not financially sound. Sorry. Okay, majority of the people are poor. They are still struggling. Okay, because of illiteracy, they do not get good job opportunities. They do not get good opportunities to flourish and to expand their business. Okay, so the economy is not financially sound. Where? In developing economy. Okay.
Yes.
Now the third parameter is population. Now we have read earlier, like in developed economy, what they do, they try to control birth rate. Okay. They don't.
Hello. So your voice is not coming. So your voice is not coming.
पापा ये पानी नहीं दे रहे।
सर आपकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही है।
खिला खिला कौन खिला पापा
हेलो सर। हेलो सर, आपकी वॉल्यूम नहीं आ रही है। हेलो सर। हेलो
What happened?
तो वॉल्यूम नहीं आ रही थी आपकी.
Vivek, can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
So many times I've told you that you need to talk to me. You need to talk to me in English. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
So why do you talk to me in Hindi? Are you not able to comprehend what I am speaking? Huh? Many a times I have told you that you are studying in English medium school, still you are talking in Hindi. That's really bad. Now tell me, is the screen visible to you?
Sir, visible.
Okay, let's talk about mode of. Did you understand agriculture sector?
Yes, sir.
Like the developed economy, they are very low they are not dependent on agriculture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whereas
Yes, sir.
underdeveloped, they are dependent, but developing is highly dependent. Okay. Let's talk about mode of production now. Now, mode of production, like I've told you earlier, like in developed economy, they have good modern techniques. Okay. The production techniques are modern and up to date. Like whatever they have right now, it is the latest one they have. Okay. Every technology, every modernization, every upgradation, they use the latest one. They are not backward at all. Whereas underdeveloped economy, they are little backward. Okay, they use backward techniques. Okay. If we compare underdeveloped with developed economy, they are backward. Now let's talk about developing. Over here, we can see that they are using traditional old techniques, which are archaic now, obsolete. Okay, so still they are working on it, but the thing is, the production is not going to be that good if they are going to work on their traditional or old techniques. Okay. Any problem, Vivek? Vivek, is there any problem? Vivek, is there any problem? Am I audible? Vivek, are you there? Vivek, am I audible? Vivek, is there any problem?
Sir, Mama is calling me.
What happened?
Sir,
Ask your mom that there's a class going on. You can talk to her after 5-10 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
I won't take so much of time, only 5-10 minutes. Then we are done with this difference, okay? Tell your mommy, just give you 5 minutes. Do you understand me? Okay, so we were on unemployment, the second last point. This is also a very most important point. It's a very significant one. Just because of this unemployment, most of the economies, they are devastated. How? Like in developed economies, people are very literate. People are not so crowded. The population is also not there as compared to underdeveloped and developing economy. Okay, so few people have large number of good opportunities. Like they have job opportunities over there. They are in vast in nature. Okay, like you can see there are a lot of job opportunities and people are few. Okay, so they have very low unemployment. That means unemployment is very rare over there. People who are living over there, they have this good facility. First of all, they are not good in population. The population is controlled. Secondly, they have vast opportunities to grab. Okay, so unemployment is very low in developed economy, whereas underdeveloped economy, they have low unemployment. That means over here we can see that unemployment is there, but still there are few who are unemployed. I mean to say that over here we can see that the low unemployment means that there are few people who are still unemployed. Okay, most of them are working, but few are unemployed. And when we talk about developing economy, we can say that there is a high unemployment. Why? Because people are not so literate enough. They cannot move out of the rural area and come to urban area and earn money while getting a job or doing any sort of business. Okay, why? Because they are not so literate enough. They don't have that skills with them. Okay, so this is one of the major reason why economies are different, like population, unemployment. Okay, and this industrial sector. These are few essential points which tells or which can bifurcate these economies. Okay, developed, underdeveloped, and developing economies. Let's talk about the last one, that is mechanism. In developed economy, they have large scale industries. Most of the industries are large scale. They produce on a large base. Okay, the production is very huge. Okay, they do not produce few things, or sorry, the production is not so very low, but the production of these large scale industries is very huge. So the cost is very low and they can generate a good income from that. Okay, whenever you find that the production is very good, then the cost is always going to be very low. But if you're going to produce few material or low productivity is there, the cost is automatically going to increase. Okay, so first of all, in developed economies, they have large scale industries. Most of the industries are large scale. Okay, in underdeveloped economies, they have both. Few are large and small scale industries are good in numbers over there. Okay, when we are talking about underdeveloped economy, and when we are talking about developed economy, small scale industries, they prevail in developing economies because they don't have huge amount or they do not have good capital to invest and to have a large scale industries. That is the reason most of the industries over here are small scale industries. Okay, so tell me, just go through it once, and do you have any problem regarding any point? Mr. Vivek, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
इसने क्या बताया?
Is there any problem regarding any point?
सर जो आपने अभी जो पॉइंट बताया वही सिर्फ पॉइंट नहीं क्लियर हुआ है.
Mechanism.
Yes, sir.
My God, Vivek, when are you going to learn to talk in English? Huh? Okay, so I just wanted to tell you the last point, mechanism. Over here, we can see that we have large scale industries in developed economy. They have good capital, they have good investment. So most of the people, they invest in a very huge manner. And most of the industries, they are large because they produce in a very huge, the production is also very huge. Okay, now when we talk about underdeveloped, we have both the industries. There are few large scale industries, but most of the industries are small scale industries, but they have both the industries, large and small. And when we are talking about developing economy, most of the industries are small, just because people are not literate, people they do not belong to lavish family. Okay, they do not have that huge capital to invest to have a large scale industry. Okay, so this is what is the difference between developed, underdeveloped, and developing economy. Vivek, you do me a favor, just go through all these points once again. This is your homework. Okay, if there is any problem regarding any point, just drop me a message or you can call me at any time.